at that. One of the sails is up. That's exciting. That's real progress. I think it means we're getting out of here pretty soon, which is doubly exciting. But we still got a lot of stuff to do. Tons of stuff, but we're getting there. We've got 2 sails on the boat. In our last episode, we worked on fixing up some of our floating home's dire necessities.
Works.
This time around, you can still find us in southern Mexico fixing up even more dire necessities just so we can get this mighty ship back on the high seas. All right, we're going to jump right into this today. We're not going to beat around the bush anymore because we got lots to do and lots to talk about. We've been back here at the boat for about 3 weeks, working non-stop, and we're getting closer every day to leaving, but we still got a bunch to do. And I think we're to the point where we're down to the real projects we're not really looking forward to. When we came back to the boat, we put up our canvas. A lot of that just sort of disintegrated and fell apart. Zippers pulled out, stitchings rotted out. So unfortunately for Brenda, she's got a few days of sewing to kind of get that stuff patched back together so it works and get us by for a bit. And I've got to deal with some steering that kind of popped up at the end of last season. But beyond that, we got to talk about where we're heading, because that's sort of a big deal right now. And we'll get into that in a minute, because these projects kind of tie into where we're heading and why we're going there. Gonna hop to it, divide and conquer. And so, for the next handful of days, Brenda would have her hands full with this beast as she attempted to piece back together our worn-out canvas.
Hopefully it'll stay together. That's the trick. Just add more thread.
And with the Dodger done, that called for a celebration.
That is pressure. Definitely pressure in that can.
And even with an accomplishment worthy of a celebration, she still had the bimini and the mainsail cover to go. So at the end of last season, we were, a few hundred miles away from Chiapas. Our steering started giving us a little trouble, nothing major, but it started clunking. And a clunking is something we don't like to hear from steering. So on this boat, it's a pilot house, obviously. We've got 2 steering stations, one inside, one outside. Because we have 2 steering stations and they're so far apart, we've got hydraulic steering, which in some ways is a good thing, some ways is a bad thing. It's pretty easy to slap an autopilot in a hydraulic system, but it's a pain in the butt when you have to fix something. So in this steering system, there's what's called a lockout valve or a bypass valve, whatever you want to call it. So without getting too technical with all this, that prevents fluid from, and what that does is,
Who knows? Who knows what that does?
and what that does is prevent, what does that do? I know what it does, it's just hard to explain. When either the autopilot is, so what that thing does is, what this thing does, basically this thing just stops the flow of fluid. If we turn one of the helms, or if the hydraulic autopilot pump is pushing fluid, without this little valve, the fluid would just circulate around the system. But with this valve, it stops the flow and directs that pressure to the hydraulic cylinder, which in turn steers the boat. So without this thing working, we're sort of dead in the water. We can't steer, so it's got to be fixed. Oh man, that was surprisingly difficult. You get the idea. And while Brenda was dealing with her beast of a machine and trying to repair our worn out canvas, I was diving into here. This lock valve, it needed to be swapped for a new one. But before I could do that, I needed to pay a visit to our dungeon. So this here's our dungeon. It's underneath the cockpit. It's right up here. This is mostly where we hide the bodies. We store our spare life jackets, scuba gear, but it's also where our steering gear lives. So right here we've got the hydraulic autopilot pump as well as the hydraulic cylinder. So to do this little fix, unfortunately the inside helm is kind of the low point in the reservoir of the system. So if I take apart that helm there, all the fluid is just going to dump out all over the floor and make a huge mess. So I'm in here at the very lowest point so I can drain all the fluid out of the system, which is going to be a little bit more tough when I put it all back together, because then it's a bleeding process to get all the air out of it. And with the fluid drained, for the next few hours, I'd be elbow deep in this thing, just trying to get it to come apart. The old valve out, it was a pretty easy swap of the fittings, and then it was time to put it all back together. Honestly, that was a bit of a bear, but we're making progress. Everything's back together, so now we've just pretty much got to fill up the reservoirs and bleed the system out. Okay, got good news, bad news. Bad news, that's as far as I can get with the steering. I ran out of steering fluid. We had about a gallon. We flushed that through. There's still air in the line, so we gotta find more, which is gonna be possibly difficult. But the good news is this morning, bright and early when the sun came up, our old friends Jason and Jen on the boat Danica, they pulled into the marina. They actually just got here from El Salvador. They spent the last season cruising Central America, so they came back north to get the boat hauled out and do some repairs. That's not really great news, but they're here. That's great news for us because we miss them. We like hanging out with our friends. So even better news than that is they caught a big old tuna when they were coming up here from El Salvador. So we're gonna go have dinner, and you're coming with us.
$15.
Oh,
Hi,
the
Jen.
mosquitoes are coming out. Oh man. It's miniature though, so it's nice for the boat.
Right.
What kind of fish do you have, Jen?
Nice and selective.
The yellowfin,
Oh, checkbutt.
8 o'clock.
fresh off the coast.
but the first day it was
Some nice fat tuna like that is some of my favorite in the world.
Yeah, it's really good.
kind of like a regular fish too. It's almost like the baby fried it.
You guys,
Yes, got a mushroom.
some freshly caught and lightly seared yellowfin tuna with some great friends. Well, it just doesn't get much better. Well, good news. We got steering fluid. We actually spent the last couple of days searching high and low for this stuff with zero luck. I was just about to put the old stuff back in the system, which is really funky. But here in Mexico, it all comes down to who you know. So about a week ago, we hitched a ride with a guy who said if we need anything, give him a call. So as last minute, last ditched effort, we called him. A couple hours later, he found us some fluid. Pretty amazing. Now we just gotta fill up the reservoir, keep flushing this thing out, try to get all the air out. At the moment, it's still pretty spongy. For the next couple of days, bleeding out the system and me living in the dungeon would be the routine. Alright, gotta be honest, this steering is kicking my butt. We've been bleeding the system pretty much all day. We've been through a couple of gallons of fluid and it's still not quite right. Still some air in the lines. So we're calling it a day, taking a break, gonna get back at it tomorrow. But before crawling back into that dungeon, we have some pretty important business to discuss. Good morning. I've been trying to get into this pretty much all week, but it seems like we've sort of had our hands full, so now it's happening. We're going to talk about our upcoming plans and where we're heading next. But before we get into this, I know there's going to be some of you who think we're absolutely nuts for doing what we're about to do, and that's all right. The two big points that need to be made are we have no place we need to be and no time we need to be there. So don't worry about it. Cool your jets. Don't get your panties in a bunch. We'll be fine. So still on my list is getting out to the South Pacific. But it's just not in the cards right now. We've been back on the boat for about a month now, just trying to get it back into somewhat cruise-worthy shape. And the longer we're here and the more stuff we're doing, it's just obvious that it's not in the shape it needs to be to cross the Pacific. We've had this boat now for about 11, 12 years, and when we bought it kind of as a fixer-upper. So a lot of the work we originally did 11, 12 years ago, the warranties run out on that stuff. It's getting a bit worn out. So we've got close to 30,000 miles on our sails. The canvas is hanging by a thread. There's lots of other little odds and ends that need to be dealt with. But most importantly now is our batteries aren't exactly holding the charge like they used to. They're actually somewhat of a specialty battery, a specialty size that fits in a special box, and those are pretty hard for us to find. So we kind of need to deal with some of this stuff. So where we are right now here in southern Mexico, we really have two options as far as directions we can go to take care of some of this stuff. It's either south to Panama or north far up into the Sierra Cortez. And Panama's a pretty difficult to get stuff, and Mexico's not exactly easy, but it's easier. This was a pretty hard decision to make. We have a hard time really backtracking. We like to see new stuff. So after all that, in a nutshell, we're spending another season in Mexico, which it's not a bad thing. We like Mexico. And we've got great friends up there, which will be great to see. But beyond the people we already know there, one of my oldest sailing friends on the face of the earth, actually he's my oldest sailing friend, my first boat. He was my first neighbor. He just started cruising. He's sailing down the coast of California right now and gonna meet us in southern Mexico. You can't beat that. It'll be actually kind of like going full circle. He taught me, well, don't tell him this. If you see him, he taught me pretty much everything I know about sailing, especially from the very beginning. So I can kind of return the favor, show him a little bit about cruising. that's a good thing, and I'm pretty excited to see him, as well as all the other people. Mexico, we're sticking around. Thanks for watching. See you next time.